I just wanted to talk about Kanye West and how a lot of people view Kanye West as to being a sellout, and someone who just turned his back on his realness. And I wanted to basically say that is not accurate. That is not true. That is not a true statement. Kanye West told us from the very beginning with College Dropout what he was all about. You can't just take one message from a few of his songs and label him as that. He was trying to become famous. He wanted to be famous. He wanted his name to be heard, or he wanted his name to be in lights. But at the same time, he was humble. This is where you get his character confused. He was humble from the very beginning. And I want to, set the record straight that I'm not making an excuse for Kanye West at all. This video is not me making an excuse for Kanye West. This video is to just give you an overall perspective, not an overall perspective, but a corner perspective from a different, point of view. That you may not have thought of before. But you look at how his mother died. She died trying to get something enhanced, something to make her look better. Or to make herself feel better. And you have to also think about where they came from. It's Chicago. Based on, I've never been to Chicago. I don't know anyone who lives there. All I know is from what I hear about the different murders and the black on black crime there. And the struggle itself. Now, based on the struggle that we have here in Shreveport, it may not be as bad as any other place in the country, but the struggle here makes people want to leave here. It makes people want to at least move out of the hood into a better community. Not necessarily a white neighborhood, but a black neighborhood that's quiet, a black neighborhood that's ritzy and uppity, and that's from the eyes of someone on the outside looking in, me myself, I don't want my family to be around, to be in a neighborhood that is, that would be your stereotypical neighborhood when you think about the ghetto. You have to understand that anybody could die at any time. There's no stopping a bullet. There's no stopping any kind of way of dying. If it's your time to die, you are going to die. But that is not the only reason why people move out of the ghetto. Some people just do not fit. If I do not fit around people who don't think like me, who don't like the things that I like, or do the type of things that I do, why should I be there? Why should I set myself up to be humiliated, downtrodden, spit on, by the very people in my own community. People who will tell me, just by me living there, that I'm a sellout, that I'm a coon because, of certain music that I like, or because certain clothes that I like to wear. And I'm not saying that was his issue, but it's something to think about when you are someone who you yourself are trying to escape the very hells that he escaped from. And you come into this money and you come into this fame, and everyone knows your name. Everyone knows your name. Everyone, they put these high expectations upon you. You don't know what fame will do to you until you become famous. And a lot of people who say, I'm not going to change, ends up changing. But Kanye West has always been this way from the very beginning. You can't label him and say that, this is who he is. He's now satanic, or he's worshiping devils now. He sacrificed his mom. Where are your facts? Where is your documented evidence, your documented proofs of your claims? Just based off of what we go through, we can empathize for his situation, or if there's a situation. Me, myself, I don't think nothing's wrong with the kid. I don't think nothing's wrong with Kanye West. I believe Kanye West is just, he's being himself, and he's reacting to whatever vibes come his way. And you can't blame him for his political views. All of us have different political views. There are lots of people in the ghetto right now who like Trump for what Trump stands for. There are a lot of men in the black community who would rather have Trump in office than Hillary, simply because Hillary is a woman and Trump is a man, and they don't want a woman, quote unquote, ruling over them. But Kanye West's views, his political views, in order to understand the problem with black people is a lot of you don't understand Republican, Democrat, conservative, and liberal ideologies. All you see is Republican, Democrat, and I'm not voting for the Republican. That's not how it works. Matter of fact, voting Republican actually helps us more than voting Democrat would. Every Democrat that has been in office has hurt us worse than a Republican has. And I don't vote. And this is the reason why I don't vote, because I don't want to be involved in these political conversations. These political conversations are not my forte. It's not something that I love to talk about. It's not something that I enjoy talking about, because people get over emotional concerning topics that is gonna sway either way, whether your voice is heard or not. The politics is a game, But as far as religion is concerned, I could talk about religion all day, because for every one person that is saved, that is one person that is free whose mind can now express or explore the universe. But going back to Kanye West, his political views are his own, and his political views do not make him a coon or a sellout. Him visiting Trump, him taking pictures with Trump, You have to go back now when he was sitting on TV apologizing to George Bush. Nobody really made a big fuss about that. Not that I can remember. But you have to look at Kanye West is on a platform where he's overly successful and super famous, that he's not just a household name, but he is a name. He has a name that not just we know, but white America knows as well. So as far as him taking pictures with Trump, visiting Trump, and talking to Trump, you have to go back to when he talked to Bush as well. We love Kanye West for him saying that, Bush doesn't care about black people. We praise him for that. But you have to remember that he recanted. He apologized. So whenever we talk about somebody in particular, when we're putting somebody on Front Street, we have to call it right down the middle. We have to call it down the middle. We have to call an apple an apple and an orange an orange. And a lot of us don't like to do that. A lot of us like to look at the orange and be like, well, and that does not work. It just creates more argument. Let the man be himself. Let him do what he was going to do. Let him do what he was going to do. And, and just let it be what it is, man. We're all human beings. We all have different views that nobody agrees with. But at the end of the day, they're ours. This man doesn't care about what you think about him. What you think, his CDs are still selling. May not be as big as it was, but that has nothing to do with him personally. This has everything to do with the new sound, a newer generation with a different taste in music. So, with that being said, I don't want to be too long. I might make a part 2 to this. But I just want you guys to just look at that from that point of view. Look at that, and just critique it to your fitting, and whatever however you feel about it, just put it down in the comment section, and we can talk about it. So, with that being said, peace.